There's a law of nature that we often ignore to our own detriment, and the law is this: what you don't maintain will deteriorate. This is true of our cars, our yards, our homes, and even our bodies. I mean, who smells better after 3 days if you haven't showered? No one. If you don't take out the trash for a month, what will your house look like? What would it smell like? One summer, I was so busy writing one of my books, I never weeded my garden out back. I was so busy, I never even stepped outside to see my backyard. 8 weeks later, to my absolute horror and embarrassment, my weeds were taller than I was and covered most of my beautiful perennial garden. It was ugly, and it was a good lesson on the law of maintenance. If you don't do regular maintenance, things don't automatically or naturally get better. They always get worse. So then why do we believe that our marriage or other important relationships should thrive when we put no effort into maintaining them? It's impossible. When my daughter was a college student, she was given a car to use. It was an older car that ran well and it served its purpose, but one day the check oil light came on. My daughter told herself that since the car seemed to be running fine, she didn't really have to pay attention to that light just yet. After all, she was busy, she didn't have a lot of extra money, so maintenance could wait. She was wrong. Now the car stalled and she had to have it towed to the mechanic. She told him it needed more oil. She was wrong. The car had a much more serious problem now. It needed a new engine. Because she failed to do regular maintenance, it now needed major repairs, a far more expensive problem than maintaining it would have been. In the same way, when you and I fail to regularly maintain our relationships, eventually they break down. Sometimes I receive a phone call from a desperate husband who wants to save his marriage. He says, "I need an appointment right away. My wife's moved out or filed for divorce, and I'm desperate to fix this problem." When I ask him if this is the first time he knew there were marriage problems brewing, I always hear a loud sigh at the other end of the phone. "Not exactly," he says. "I just never took her very seriously until now." Don't get me wrong. Even with regular maintenance, sometimes things break down and need repairs. A car may need a new transmission, or a house needs to have a broken pipe fixed. When we refuse to repair what's broken, it doesn't get fixed on its own. And a pattern of ignoring problems in relationships leads to more problems in relationships and less warmth, fun, and connection. And if you want better relationships, remember these crucial truths. First, maintenance is necessary for all relationships to flourish. So invest time and energy in getting to know your spouse and building your relationship. Take time to clear the air and resolve small hurts, miscommunications, and misunderstandings. Don't allow them to build and fester. Like my daughter's problem with her car, ignoring maintenance can lead to more costly and extensive problems. Second, sometimes even good cars, healthy bodies, and even new homes need repairs. To ignore necessary repairs only creates more problems. Even the most loving relationships need repair work at times. If you need a plumber or mechanic to fix what's broken, you hire one. You may need to hire a counselor, a coach, or at the very least, humble yourself and ask wise, trusted friends for help so that you can make the necessary repairs to your relationship. Third, one person cannot be responsible for all the maintenance and repair work of a relationship. Even when there is serious sin by one person and there's been some repentance, that person also must do the work to rebuild broken trust if it's going to heal. When a marriage has been fractured by a spouse's sinful behaviors, it may take consistent effort by that person to repair broken trust. Forgiveness is a gift, but broken trust must be rebuilt, and that takes time. If you recognize that you've not been maintaining or repairing your relationships, you could start now. Start today, before there is further deterioration. If you find this helpful, please share it with a friend. God bless.